And then we're done. Over here, what we're going to do with is I have negative 8 divided by 3i. All right. Now, the main important thing is when dividing, we really got to understand what exactly are we doing with division. So when you guys are thinking of division, basically remember dividing means how many times is one number going into another number. So if you think of like 12 and I say 4 or 12 divided by 4, what we're asking is how many times does 4 divide into 12, right? Or 4 times what number is going to give you 12? And you could obviously say, all right, the answer is going to be 3, right? But when we're dealing with an imaginary unit, well, imaginary, guys, remember, represents this imaginary number, right? Whatever number multiplies to give you a square root of negative 1. So we don't really have like a conceptual idea of this imaginary unit. So dividing a number by 3i to give you negative 8 is kind of a little bit more difficult to understand. So rather than looking under our hat for this solution, what we can do is eliminate the I as your divisor. Now to do that, what we can simply do is multiply by I in the numerator and the denominator. And the reason why this is going to work is because if you guys remember, if we multiply by I in the denominator and the numerator, 1, I'm producing equivalent fractions, so I'm not changing the fraction. And 2, I times I is now going to give me I squared, which is the real number, negative 1. So up top, I now have negative 8i over 3i squared, which we can rewrite I squared as negative 1. So that becomes negative 8i over 3 times negative 1. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 8 divided by negative 3 is just going to be a positive. So my final answer is 8/3 I, because the negatives are going to divide out.